Yeah, shalom, 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 Israel, man. First of all, I give all praises to the Most High, man. Yahweh Bashem, Shai, man. Today's breakdown video we talking about is basically the daughters of Zion are the most beautiful women on the earth, man. Part two, I haven't done a lesson in that. I think like the first part one I done was like last year, innit? So like I'm just gonna do a part two of it and basically carry on what I was saying, innit? But before getting to my lesson, man, basically I just wanna touch on what I was watching in it earlier on, like basically watching a video on it, Van Israel on it, basically I think the head of the campaign, I can't remember his name, but basically the brother that's the head of Van Israel, man, basically them devils, man, basically arrested them, man, basically persecuted them for like basically like bringing out the word in it. But so I'm saying, man, out here is not a joke, man. Like 'cause, like even like I'm thinking like last year as well, man, basically like his teachers and basically depth in it and basically it obviously the rest of my brothers on obviously that so I'm saying that basically let me get a first piece before I break that down, man. We get Matthew 5 verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, man. Yeah, man. So like when we're out there in the house and by his teaching, man, like anything can happen in it. So like you don't really plan these stuff as well. Like the most I can have anything happen at any time in it. So like we're out there in the house and by his teaching, just brothers need to know like anything can happen. Brothers can get persecuted and the devil's gonna jump on us like any time. So that's why we got to stay in the spirit. We got to pray, fast, repent, man, and yeah, stay in the spirit in it, because like anything can happen at any time in it. Like you see what happened to even before like all this before the situation happened, but basically like even Nakwam in it, basically head of basically WFI, he got persecuted for teaching the truth in it. So like that's just a light thing as well, because like basically like, imagine what's gonna happen like when all hell really breaks loose in it, and basically when he basically like want to loosen it Jacob's trouble in it. So basically it's got to be on point in it. Just got to know anything can happen at any time in it. But Lord willing that brothers are right, man. Lord willing devils let them go, man, because like that did say in the let me get Matthew, man, like because basically said like some of us will be persecuted for basically teaching righteousness, man. Let me get Matthew 5 verse 25. Matthew 5 verse 25. Agree with thy adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison, man. Yeah, man, that's exactly what happened, man. Cause like even 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 when you do certain times, even when you do agree with your adversaries quickly, man, things don't go to plan in it. Like everything happens for a reason, and obviously the most side lets certain things happen for a reason, because like the thing about it, like the devils don't like you reading the Bible. The devils don't like us like waking up our people, man, like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what they always try and say it's a hate speech. It's not a hate speech, man. Can it be a hate speech if it's basically out there in houses about wake up my people, man? Don't make no sense, man. Because if they see them Christians, man, that are handing out flyers, man, they don't stop them. They see them fake Amulet people, man, like walking up and down, man, they don't stop them, man. And if they see basically like them Christians, man, like shouting out loud, man, not bringing out no precepts, man, they don't stop them, man. They only stop the Hebrew Israelites, because they know what God's chosen people know what we're doing is the right thing, and they don't like it. They don't like that we're waking up our people in these end days, man. That's why they want to try and persecute us and try and take the man of the Lord off the street, innit? But they can't stop the word, man. The word's still gonna get out there regardless, man. So let me carry on my lesson, man. I just wanted to touch on what happened in that video, and not just in that video, but what happened to basically when when I was teaching in Deptford as well, man, when them devils tried to not try to persecute my brother in it for basically bringing out the word in it, man. But obviously in that situation I had to use my I had to use wisdom as well. I couldn't get angry as well, because I had to remember like, I had to take his stuff as well and basically like basically use wisdom in it. I'm not gonna get into the whole situation and what I done, man. But obviously I had to use wisdom at the situation. I couldn't be basically start arguing as well. I had to use wisdom and basically like make sure everyone's stuff was basically like secured in it. So let me carry on with my lesson, man. Yeah, it's basically touching on basically like the daughters of Zion, yeah, are the most beautiful women on earth, man. Beautiful than the Edomites, man. These Elam people, man. These Amalek people, beautiful everyone, man. So let me get the first precept today. The book of Leviticus, chapter 13, start 30. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight, deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. Read one more. And if the priest look on the plague of the skull, and behold, it be not in sight deeper than the skin, and that there is no black hair in it, then the priest shall shut up him that have the plague of the skull 7 days, man. Yeah, man, it's basically saying that we ease, man, that in the truth, man, not just in the truth, he eaves like he worldly eaves as well, man. And to stop putting blonde hair in your head, to stop putting weave in your head, man, to start rocking your nice natural woolly hair, man. Basically keeping your hair natural, innit, man? Because like every time, not just when we're out there teaching the highways and byways, man. Like even when I'm set time when I go to the plantation, man, when I'm sorting out my day-to-day happenings, man. Certain time I see an Eve, man, wearing weave, man. Got blonde hair in her head, man. I'm basically like envying her oppressor, innit? Basically Proverbs 3:31, innit? Basically envying her oppressor, basically following their ways, innit? Because the Most High said that shouldn't be learning the way of the heathen, man. Not meant to be following their ways, man. The Most High gave you nice natural woolly hair, man, but Eve's like Eve's don't not slack it trying to think of the word, man. Like Eve's are not satisfied with having nice natural woolly hair, man. Like you just wanna envy and oppress, wanna look like these heathen women, man. Like the Most High said that stop envy and oppressor and stop choosing their ways, man. Cause like when you envy the oppressor, man, like when you start to get weave in your head, man, when you start to basically like blonde out your head, man, like when you take that weave off your head, man, like you notice like most of them Eves, man, like the hair starts to fall out, man, it start to get patches in the head, man, because like the Most High commanded them Israelite woman, man, stop envying and oppressing, man, because when you envy and oppress them, notice that everything goes wrong, man, things start to go bad, man. But like the saying says, man, like the Benjamite say, man, like if you can't hear, you must feel, innit, man, because like most I done told you already, stop envy and pressure, stop following the ways, but likely they don't want to hear it. So like they got to feel in it, man. It is what it is, innit? It's not all the Eves, innit? It's most of the Eves, innit? Most of the Eves are stiff-necked, innit? Stiff-necked, innit? They don't want to listen, innit? And it's when they continue to go to Moab, when they continue to go to these Elam people to get the weave and that, and yeah, man, it's madness. So let me get another precept in. This lesson ain't gonna be too long. Jeremiah 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed of the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Yeah, man, it's another precept. What I was saying, man, like basically, like Jeremiah 10 verse 2 is basically saying, learn not the way of the heathen, innit? Because like when our people learn the way of the heathen, man, things start to go wrong, man. Cause like even like them footballers, man, like these players, man, like they wanna learn the way of the heathen, man. They wanna basically like follow their ways, man. They wanna be getting blonde hair, man. They wanna be following the pagan days, when they'll be celebrating Christmas, birthdays, and all that folly, man. All them pagan days, man. But the Most High said not to be learning the way of the heathen, man. Shouldn't be following their ways, man. Because why do you want to be following their ways if what these wicked people done to our people, man? Hallis and slavery, like all that madness, man. Like, so why do you want to be learning the way of the haven? Why do you want to be following their costumes, man? So let me get another last precept in Proverbs 3 verse 31. Envy not thy oppressor, and choose none of his ways, man. Yeah, man. Not meant to be envy the oppressor, man. Not meant to be choosing their ways, man. Like, let them do what they do, man. Because the oppressor, man, when these heathens, man, when they don't know how to do nothing themselves, man. That's why they don't know how to cook, man. Like even certain stuff, man. Like when they cook the food, man, they don't they don't wash their meat, man. They don't season the meat, man. All you do is like eat the meat raw on it. Like when you eat basically steak, man, and like eat it medium rare, man. It still has blood in it. So like they don't do stuff properly, man. Like, even us, the so-called Israelites people, we have to teach them how to wash, themselves, how to clean, man, how to basically bathe themselves in it. Yeah, man, because like there was wild beasts, man, like they was living in the cliffs and the mountains. They didn't know how to take care of themselves. They didn't know how to wash themselves. They didn't know how to they didn't even know how to talk properly, man. They was basically making a whole heap of loud noises, man, like some beasts, man. So before I close up, man, I'll show you a little article, man, about quick thing. Basically tapped in Google, like basically what kind of woman are black men attracted to. Look at the madness will come up in there. It's madness, man. It is before I'm getting to another bit of the article, I'm basically show you a clip of the basically this trailer from Chris Rock. It's called Good Hair, and it's like it's a documentary, and I play it.
Of good hair. Some of that looks relaxed and nice.
If your hair is relaxed, white people are relaxed. If your hair is nappy, they're not happy. Oh, God.
This October, Chris Rock will take you back to your roots.
Just yesterday, my daughter came into the house and said, Daddy, how come I don't have good hair? I wonder how she came up with that idea.
Within the black community, if you have good hair, you're prettier or better than. The lighter, the brighter, the better.
They want to go like this, like Farrah Fawcett.
There's so many pressures to straighten your hair.
Look at my ring, still there? Relax is the chemical that will take a black woman's hair from this and change it into this.
It's kind of like a torture session.
Could you tell us how dangerous relaxer is?
Sodium hydroxide will burn through your skin.
So that can's got
See
a good
that?
turn.
This whole side was burnt off, and that's how the asymmetrical look came in with salt and pepper.
So you saying your hair's addicted to relaxer?
I am on the creamy crack.
Creamy crack.
So what's in your hair now?
This is a weave.
This is a weave. 2 pieces here, you know, like extensions. Like that.
The black hair business is a $9 billion business.
One of these can run you $5,000.
Well, I have a layaway plan. So you can lay away the weave. That's right. Have you ever put your hand through a black woman's hair?
Hell no, not a black woman.
You just don't touch it. Do not touch my weave. No.
Does your wife let you touch her hair?
The question is, do I let her touch mine?
Weave sex is a little awkward.
What do?
I guess stay on top.
This is a 7,000-pound batch of relaxer.
This'll last Prince about a month.
Get ready to go around the world.
Right now, I have Indian hair.
Human hair is India's biggest export.
Minimum 10 inch to 40.
10 inches and better.
Yes.
It's like porno.
Tell me.
In the award-winning new comedy that Vanity Fair calls hilarious.
Has anybody ever tried to steal your hair?
No.
If you see some black women, just run the other way. What I really wanted to know, if I could make any money selling black hair. Black hair! Would you like to buy some black hair?
They don't want to look like, alpha cut like this. You make sure the hair straight, look more natural.
So my nappy hair is not worth anything.
Good hair.
My advice for men when they're making love to a woman who has weave is keep your hands on the
Yeah, man, that's it, man. Yeah, man. Basically, man, saying that the weave industry, man, like the so-called black woman that basically invested like basically like $9 billion worth of money into the weave, innit? See the amount of money that can be given into our community instead of they want to spend the money and basically like want to be putting weave in the head and spending all the money and basically giving the money to the other nations, basically, innit? So yeah, that's it, man. So before I close out, I'm just gonna read out this last article, and I saw this thing before. Saw this thing earlier, and I'm just gonna read this article out before I close out. Basically, it's basically what this she might said, innit? What she say? Trying to go to a comment what she said. So okay, one sec. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Basically, it's called basically white woman to black woman. Don't hate, appreciate. So basically, she said, actually, let me read it from the top. Actually, basically says apparently the letter blow was written to to Sister magazine by a Caucasian woman who requested a response from black men, which she got, and which she feature after hers. Basically says, Dear Jamie, I'm sorry, but I would like to challenge some of you black male readers. I am a white female who is engaged to a black male who is good looking, educated, and loving. I just don't understand a lot of black females' attitudes about our relationship. My man decided he wanted me because the pickings amongst black women were slim to none. As he said, they were either too fat, too loud, too mean, too argumentative, too needy, too materialistic, or carrying too much access baggage. Yeah, man. See how this is how the Sheedymat woman be saying about the so-called black woman. Wanna be talking reckless, innit? Like, yeah, man. Let me finish off the talk about that after finish off this article. Basically, it says before I became engaged, whenever I went out, I was consistently approached by black men willing to wine and dine me and give me the world. If black women are so up in arms about us being with their men, why don't they look at themselves and make some changes? See that? She's trying to take the piss, man. It's trying to yeah, it's basically trying to say that black women are not can't take care of the man, basically, innit, man? It's basically like trying to send insults, innit? So let me finish off the rest of this. Last bit, she said, I am tired of the dirty looks I get and snared remarks when we're out in public. I would like to hear from some black men, like to hear from some black men about why we are so appealing and convented by them. Get to the main bit. Let me read that. Skip that bit. It's a bit long. But right now, I'm a little angry, and that is why I wrote this. So, here, let's see, okay. Don't be mad with us white women because so many of your men want us. See, that's trying to send insults to the so-called black woman, man. Damn devils, man. Get your act together and learn from us, and we may lend you to treat your men better. If I'm wrong, black men, let me know. Yeah, man, it's off, man. Like, basically, like, she's like trying to send insults to the so-called black woman. Trying to say, like, the so-called black woman is basically trying to say, like, not trying to say, she is saying that, basically, like, the so-called black woman is argumentative, like, basically, like, aggressive, basically, like, and what else she say? I'll try to go to the, yeah, it's basically says she's aggressive, they're aggressive, too needy, materialistic, and basically can't take care of the man, basically, innit, man? Basically selling insults, innit? But that's not all so-called black women, man. That's what these heathens think. They think they watch these love no, what's it called again? Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they think that all so-called black women are basically aggressive, and that's not the case, man. That's what they see in social media. Now. They think that every so-called black woman is just mad and angry, or is always shouting, man. It's not the fact, man. So then we go to I think some Jake basically responded to what she said on it, trying to find a bit what he said. This article's a bit long, so I'm just gonna touch on the main bits. Where is it? Yeah, here's the Jake's response. Basically, it says a black man responds, "Dear Jamie, I would like to respond to the letter written by a disgusted white girl. Let me start by saying that I am a 28-year-old black man. I graduated from one of the most religious universities in Atlanta, Georgia, with a Bachelor of Arts degree in business management. I have a good job at a major corporation. I have recently purchased a house." So let me go to the main bit. So it's talking about 40. Let me go to this bit. I will not use my precious time to slander white people. I just want to set the record straight of why black men date white women back in the day. The biggest reasons why black men dated white women was because they were considered easy. The black girls in my neighborhood were raised in the church. They were strict about when they lost. Actually, I don't want to read that bit. Let's get to the main bits. Nowadays, in my opinion, a lot of brothers date white women because they are, let's say, docile and easy to control. Slack it once. Easy to control. A lot of black men, because insecurities, fears, and overall weaknesses have become intimidated by the strength of our black woman. We are afraid that a woman will be more successful than us, make more money than us, drive nicer cars, own bigger houses. So I touch on the main bits, man. This article's a bit long still. Yeah, let me read this last bit of the paragraphs. A couple more bits I want to close out. I don't want a disgusting white girl to be misinformed. Stop thinking that because you are white that you are some type of goddess. Remember when black Egyptian queens, I saw follow me on to read that bit. Let me read this bit though. And armies of men in Egypt, you were over the caves of Europe eating raw meat. See that? It's true, man. And beating each other over the head with clubs. See that? Just like Flintstones, isn't it? Like Freddy and Bam Bam, man. Just basically like making up all up a noise, man. Like living in the caves, man. So finish off this article, man, and close up. Read your history. It was the black woman that taught you how to cook and season your food. See that? It was the black woman that taught you how to raise your children. It was black women that were breastfeeding and raising your babies during slavery. Facts, man. It was the black woman that had to endure watching her father's husbands and children beaten, killed, and then thrown in jail, man. Facts. Black women were, so-called black women, were raised, not like it, were born with 2 strikes against them, being black and being a woman. And through this all, still they raise, and it is because of black woman's strength, elegance. Yeah, but it's a bit long and I might not read all that. I'll read the last bit and I'll close up, man. I honestly believe that your anger is geared more towards jealousy and envy, more so than Scotty looks. If it were not so, then why do you consistently go to tanning salons? Can't, man. Facts, man. Why do you consistently go to tanning salons to darken your skin? Basically, just trying to look like the so-called black one. That's why they always want to go to tanning salons, man. When they get lip fillers, man, just to look like the so-called black one, man. Let me finish off this article, man. If you are so proud to be white, then why don't you just be happy with your pale skin? Can't, man. Facts. Why do you continue to inject your lips? That's what I was talking about earlier, man. Why do you continue to inject your lips, hips, and breasts with unnatural and dangerous substances so you can look fuller and more, let's say, voluptuous? The last bit after one close out, man. I think that your anger is really an insult of you wanting to have what the black woman has, man. It's facts, man. Bottom line, it's the last bit. Bottom line, if I were looking for a docile woman, someone I can walk over and control, I would give you a call. But unfortunately, I'm looking for a virtuous woman, someone that can be a good wife and mother to my children, someone who can be someone who can be my best friend and understands my struggles. I am looking for a soulmate. I'm looking for a sister, and fortunately, you do not, and cannot fit the bill. See that? No offense taken, none given. Yeah, man, all praise, man. That brother, like, basically commented, replied back to that what that Sheila Man said, man. Like, Sheila Man was basically talking down on the Eve, man. Basically, Sheila Man was basically saying that the so-called black woman is basically loud, man, and basically like they can't control the man, basically, and that Jake, man, Spirit jumped on that Jake, man, to basically to reply back and told the history by the so-called heathens, man, like how they was living in the caves, man, in the cliffs and the mountains, man, like they couldn't wash themselves, didn't have to wash themselves, didn't have to cook food properly, man, didn't have to take care of themselves, man. So yeah, man, so that's all it was, man. I just wanted to do a breakdown about how the daughters of Zion are the most beautiful women on earth. You don't need to be putting weave in there, don't need to be putting fake extensions, fake eyelashes, or even see certain Eves that are getting lit for this now, man. I don't understand, man. It's all madness, man. Stop following the heathen, man. Stop envying their oppressor, and stop following the ways, man. But with that, man, close out, man. I hope brothers don't slack it. I hope Eves that watches, or anyone that watch my videos, man, I hope you're gonna be edified, man. This video is especially for the Eves, man. Hope Eves gonna get edified, man. And Lord willing, Eves can stop putting weave in there. Just start rocking your nice natural woolly hair, man, and start keeping the commandments, man. Because like when you're wearing that weave, man, your head, man, and you're blonde at your head, but all you're doing is following the oppressor. You're just envying the oppressor and basically following the ways. You don't need to be envying the oppressor, and you need to start rocking a nice natural hair, man. Start looking beautiful, man. Because like our woman, the most beautiful woman, that's why the so-called white woman wants to be looking like them, man. They want to be going to the tanning salons, want to be getting tan skin and just to get make the skin look basically like darker, innit? To basically look like the so-called black woman, innit? That's why they want to keep tanning the skin, man. And basically if the so-called if the so-called white woman is so beautiful, why do they have to keep on going to the tanning salon? Why do they have to keep on putting SPF 50 just to not get burnt by the sun, man? But yeah, it's another topic for another day, man. But with that, man, I'll close out Israel, man. Hope brothers and sisters gonna be edified. No, hope slacking, not brothers. Hope sisters gonna be edified that watch this video, man. So with that, I'm gonna close out. Give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bashim, Yoshai, Shalom.